Welcome to CalCast, your Create International podcast. God Network News, where we give you a new perspective
on events happening in our world today.
This is GNN.
This is God Network News, episode 231. Welcome, GNN fans, to another episode of God Network News, the podcast that tells you what God's doing around the world. Not what CNN tells you, but what GNN tells you is going on in the world. If you're tired of listening to all of that crisis network news and you want to hear what God's doing, well, give us a listen.
So many things are happening around Somalis, and we are committed to seeing something that will happen soon. So what happened last year? These guys, when we brought them together, we had a fellowship for about 2 hours. The fellowship was the first Somali gathering in Nairobi, open meeting in one of the denominations in Nairobi. The denomination decided to host the meeting, to give us tea, food, and even transport to some of the Somalis that were not able to raise the money. So we had the first open Somali Christian or Somali community church or fellowship in Nairobi last year. Our prayer is this thing will continue like that. It was the first one, And currently, there is something that is happening in the city where I'm living. There's a friend of mine, a Somali believer, a Somali Christian. We are working together to have a small fellowship of Somali believers in Addis Ababa, somewhere just within Addis Ababa. And people are already, they're willing to come and, be part of that fellowship. Those are Somalis. So there are many things that are happening among Somalis, And we're giving ourselves, like in the next 10 to 15 years, we want to have a pure Somali church or fellowship led by Somalis, the worship songs sung in Somalis, the scriptures in Somalis. That's where we are going. So there are a lot of things that are happening among Somalis, and we are glad that we are part of it. We use different mediums to communicate the gospel among the Somalis, but the most used one is the audio Bible or audio notes. Sometimes we do WhatsApp audio notes. We're doing online discipleship. Somebody is very far, or because of the family situation, you can't meet him. So what you do, you just go to WhatsApp, do a voice note, and then you send it out to him, Or you do, sometimes we have access to audio Bibles, you send the audio Bible to him. Because this audio Bible can say what I don't want to say to a Somali. This voice note, when I'm very far, I can tell them exactly what I want them to know, or what the Lord wants them to know, without, feeling, okay, what will happen? What will happen to me and all that? When I came to Media for Movements, it has opened myself to many possibilities. I've seen one. I was just sitting in the session. I wasn't very active in terms of participation because I was just thinking through. Like from 2007, we've had opportunities that who will have used media to reach out to Somalis, and that's the work will have been, accelerated to a point that we could be having even physical churches somewhere, But because of our fear and maybe lack of skills and all that, we were just like, okay, let's shelve it aside. But through this training, my mind has been open to possibilities.
You're listening to God Network News Podcast with your host, Cal Curtis. Look up our website at godnetworknews.com.
From creating evangelistic short videos, discipleship short videos, from, having Somalis, we like stories. We can do short stories or the parables. Like when we were just in the class and I was thinking, what if I just do a parable of the Good Samaritan and send it out to our Somali guys? And then also when it came to editing, we can actually do a Somali voice note and then put it in the phone and then edit and then stick it there. For me, it was just, my heart, my mind has been open to a world of possibilities. And I'm looking forward to really using media, both audio and visual, to reach out to Somalis, not only Somalis, there are other Muslim communities in that place. Because I know sometimes you can have a contact, but saying what you need to say, sometimes you may have some feelings and some fears and some emotions and all that. But now when you do it on a video form and you put an audio there, it says what you may not want to say to them. And that's why my heart is open to these possibilities. And I'm trusting God to pursue them with a passion, Because when I was coming here, I came by road and we were sitting with a Somali guy. This guy is just on TikTok for almost 12 hours. He's just on TikTok. And my mind is, what if I had a channel and then tell him, I'm on TikTok. Can you watch my videos? Because now we became friends. So I was in the class and my heart is just like, God, why didn't I do these things before? Then before I came, when Salmon mentioned about this thing and, I decided I said, okay, let me do one thing for Namibia. Then I downloaded some apps, Film Go, and there's another one, I don't know the name. Then I did a video for 3 tribes in Namibia. And then I sent out to people to pray and to use it to mobilize for a missionary journey in Namibia, Kalahari Desert and the Caprivi Strip. And the impact was so overwhelming. For the first time, there was an elderly lady who said, I want to be part of those things. I've seen the pictures. I've seen the way they move on my phone. I want to be part of that thing. So for me, I'm like, okay, what should I do next? So I was telling my team, when I'm coming back, I think we need just to go to do a lot of media because we have a lot of materials. But those materials are not going to the targeted people because we need to carry them physically to that place. But with media, you do it in your office, in the house, and then you just send it forth. So I thank God for Media for Movement is an answered prayer. It's an idea that came in at the right time when I was struggling, But, God has a way of meeting our needs in different ways. So I'm so grateful for the skills, and I hope to really, despite doing other things, media is taking our priority for me. So thank you so much for the opportunities and looking forward to doing more as you coaches and, help us be perfect in this thing. And the other thing that I want to say, I have a team of young people in Ethiopia. They are all from Muslim background believers. They're doing such a great work. And the first thing that I'm going to do when I go back there, I was chatting with them. When the class is continuing, I'm chatting with them. I say, we can use these videos to reach out to the Oromo communities around us. So we want to go and try it out and see what will happen. But I know God will help us and things will happen, Thank you.
you enjoyed this episode, please consider donating to help us continue to bring exciting stories fresh from the field. Visit our website at godnetworknews.com and select the PayPal link on the right side of the page, or consider becoming a Patreon partner to receive access to more valuable materials exclusive to our members.